That was quite silly. And set number 2 is going to be Movie playing a PVT. Alright. Movie is 2-3 this season, but he's got 2 losses in StarCraft 2. Let's see how he does against the Terran from STX. Who's it going to be? Let me think. What Terrans do they have? Torrent Higher. What Terrans do you have? I actually can't even think of a single STX Terran right now. Last. Bogus. Classic. Yes, classic. Thank you. But looks like he's gonna be last. Okay, cool. Okay, Movie versus Last. If Movie wins, then we will go to an ace match. If Last wins, we'll go to a 6th game to decide. And here we go into the game. Oh yeah, I can't believe I forgot Toss Girl. Like what Terrans do they have? Spawning as the red Protoss in the top left, we will have Movie here on Ohana. And spawning as the blue Terran at the bottom right, we will have Last. Yes, Last. So, just trying to think. I don't recall last StarCraft 2 games. I think he played like a cool TVT once on Antigua. That's about it. He was a really good Rudor player. He had a great run in last season's Pro League, but yeah, doesn't have any standout games for me this season. I'm sure Torrent Higher will inform me of how amazingly awesome he is soon, but yeah. So, Protein Chrono, Gateway going down on 13, and the Pro Scout. Pro Scout actually went out fairly early here. I guess I didn't notice that just now, but it looks like it was a Pylon Scout since his Gateway just went down. So he's gonna go get over here really early. Like if this was Broodor, I'd be like, oh, he's totally gas stealing, but that doesn't make any sense. At least not this early. You can still gas steal in StarCraft 2, but you don't need to do it so early. And so what is he going to see here? He's going to see a Command Center first build. So actually this early Probe Scout paying off hugely for Movie. I don't know if he saw this coming or what, but it is a 14 Command Center from Last. Flash has just like started this this mass 14cc craze or something. Everyone's doing it now. Like, oh, look at me, I can be like Flash. No, you can't. You cannot. So, buffer. He's gonna get his Dominate score. He's not actually making a Zealot. Alright, so that's interesting. Gonna skip the Zealot entirely. Not gonna, sometimes you see the player will just, or I would have expected him to chrono out a Zealot to like put on some pressure, but I guess it makes sense here because the Command Center has been placed in the main base, and Last is gonna wall off with 2 barracks and the depot here. So even if he did make a Zealot, it most likely wouldn't be able to do anything. Probably better that he did skip it, just going straight for that, whatever he is going for. He's not taking a second gas, so he's not going for any kind of tech play. It might just chrono out a couple of Stalkers to put pressure on and expand himself, just do like a 1-gate expand. So he is getting Warp Gate now. He is still making Probe, so it's probably not a 4-gate. Not really sure what this is going to be. Oh man, speaking of 4-gate, I had the funniest thing yesterday, so you know how I told you guys that a lot of the people at my office actually watched my my OSL cast last week, and because I was playing some StarCraft 2 games after that, actually a lot of them tuned in, just like had it on while I was playing, And so yesterday I was like playing poker, right, with my colleagues, and one of the guys, and I don't know, we said something about the poker, or like one of the cards, like turn card comes down, and you know, we're joking around. It's like, oh man, you know, it's the ace, it's the game changer, and then he just goes, it's a game changer, like a 4-gate at 5 minutes, and like it took me a second to react. I was like, wait, what? It's like, oh yeah, I was trying to use some of your StarCraft lingo there. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And like, clearly you don't. What 4-gate hits at 5 minutes? But that was quite awesome though. So major shout out to that guy. Seriously, can you imagine having some guy just randomly make a 4-gate reference at work? That was pretty awesome. So anyway, looks like we have third reactor being thrown down here. I believe that was a tech lab on the other one there. Meanwhile, it was just a 1-gate expand into 2 more gateways. So yeah, movie didn't really put on too much pressure on last. Just instead deciding to expand and play a little bit from behind. We're not even really that, you know, not really playing from behind. I mean, it's okay for the Pro expansion to be a little bit behind the Terran. Anyway, so he's gonna be just fine here. And it looks like he's actually built a proxy pylon at the Terran's third. I don't know why we're zooming in on this Nexus. What? Okay. Alright. Does anybody know what was so interesting about that Nexus? Was there a... Alright, what? Anyway. So, yep, there is the proxy pylon is right there at the third, not even hidden. I guess blocking an ultra-fast third command center, but not like we're seeing that anyway from last. And a few units going to come down here to start pressuring as well. And there's the warp in of Stalkers. There's a couple of sentries here. He's gonna, instead of attacking that Marine, he's gonna attack the rocks. That would have been so funny if he didn't pay attention and just kept attacking the rocks and lost 1 sentry to a Marine. Because it's not like sentries have that much HP anyway, so you can definitely see that happening. So yeah, he's gonna start attacking these rocks. He's gonna force 2 more bunkers out from last to help defend this side as well. So that'll be nice, but of course, once last holds off the attack, he can just salvage everything anyway, so it's not a huge investment. Oh, you Terrans, you and your salvage. So the rocks are down. SCVs are being pulled because the bunker's not quite finished yet, but now they're finished, and I think that's going to be fine. He does have to be careful though, because there's 5 sentries there. They can't force field the SCVs away from the bunkers if he wants to go for a break. But looks like Movie is going to pull back here, and I think very smartly doing so. He did use the Guardian Shield, just because he was thinking about going for it, but yeah, I don't think he could have broken that. I mean, even if he broke through the first 2 bunkers, there were 2 bunkers behind that, so it would have been quite bad. And looks like Factory switching out with the starport there, giving it the reactor so he can start pumping out those medevacs. Meanwhile, we do see a Twilight Council as well as +1 armor on the way for the Prodal, so he is going up for that standard charge lot into Templar build, or style I should say. And some dude's just going to kill this pylon. Notice on the minimap, by the way, that Movie's placed 1 pylon, it looks like, on the left edge of the map, and he's got his probe now on the right edge. Probably going to put a pylon there as well, or maybe just leave the probe there. But either way, he's basically just spotting for drops for medevacs, moving along the sides that could drop his base. So it's a very good move. Keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, not too much else happening. Yeah, he is going to build a pylon there. Unfortunately for him, though, the factory does see the probe coming from that direction, so Last probably going to send out like a Marine or some random or a Marine or 2 to just take out that pylon if he did notice that. Looks like he's not actually doing that though. Maybe he doesn't care, or he just thought the probe was just coming in for a scout. But look at this pylon in perfect position to see the medevac drop incoming. So Last probably will just might just drop there. No, it looks like he barely skirted on the edge of the vision. Did Movie notice that? Was he paying attention to the mini-map? Did he see the red dot? It looks like he didn't. He's not moving his units into position here. Oh man, this could be quite bad for him. If that drop goes in, and he's actually, oh, is he moving out? No, he shouldn't move out. Okay, now he's going to see it with that edge pylon there, so he's going to pull his units back, but could definitely have had some stalkers in position to intercept it though, and yeah, he's going to lose a bunch of probes here as well. This is not going to be ideal. Going to lose his Archon as well, because he's got ahead of the rest of the units. Oh man, free Archon kill there. That is a very expensive loss for Movie. Trying to snipe down the other Archon, but now the rest of the units come in here, and will he escape? It looks like he will escape with everything intact, not even taking that much damage on the medevac, so nice drop there for Last. Slightly unfortunate for Movie. movie that he didn't quite see that, but it was good reaction also from Last to kind of pull that drop or pull the medevac away just as it entered the edge of the vision. Looks like he killed 9 probes now in total, and now he's going to go back and clear off that pylon. So doing some good damage there, but it looks like the third base is already being taken by the Protoss, by Movie. So yeah, now the pressure's on. Last, is he gonna just go for a nice timing here? I mean, you know, there's only 1 Archon and 1 Templar out right now. I actually don't know if Storm was even researched. I don't know, but charge is done, and +2 is on the way, I believe, +2 armor. But you know, all right, there's 2 High Templar now. If he has Storm, he can definitely hold this off. I assume he does, and that's going to most likely mean that Last just needs to expand again, because if there is Storm, it's going to be difficult for him to attack into this this Protoss army here. No, it looks like actually he doesn't have Storm. Storm has only just started. Wow, so this is a very risky expansion here for Movie. Just expanding with Storm has only just started. Like, if Last attacks him right now, he could be in big trouble. There's 3 Ghosts also on the way. There's a Templar and a couple of Stalkers there and his main base to help stop any more drops. Of course, he'll just feed back the medevac as it comes in and use the Stalkers to finish it off if it has any health remaining. The Probe does see the army here. He really needs that Storm to finish. His High Templars do have enough energy now for at least 1 Storm apiece. He's got 7 Warp Gates to warp more units, but it looks like a huge drop is going in the main. 1 Templar and a couple of Stalkers will not be enough to stop that. Looks like 6 medevacs, 4 of them full of units are going to go in here. The ground army meanwhile swinging over to the third, so as soon as the Protoss army moves back to defend, he will send the ground army into the third, but no, it looks like actually pokes in here, sees the High Templar and pulls back. Oh man, I think he doesn't realize that he could have actually gone for it there. Maybe he just saw the 1 Templar and assumed that there'd be more units there or something, but wow, surprisingly not committing to that attack. And I don't know. He has to do something right now. He's still staying on 2 bases. The Protoss is on 3 bases. If he waits too long right now, the Protoss macro is going to get out of control. He has to hit a perfect timing here. If he can hit money EMPs though, this might be it. If he can EMP those Templar, you know, the Mass Zealots against all these Bioforces will not do enough. And here we go. He's moving in. Will he get the EMPs off that he needs? The factory's leading to spawn for him, and there's 1 EMP. An EMP is going to go off on all the sentries. The EMP hits all the sentries. No more force fields for you, but does he have Storm, though? The Storm is the crucial thing here. Does he have Storm? He does have Storm, but it doesn't matter because Last has so many units he can micro out, but no, there's more Storms going down. Is it going to be enough, though? Is it going to be enough? Does he have another Storm? All the Zealots are gone. He has no more Zealots. It looks like Last might break through here. There's not many Protoss units remaining with good stun-to-stun micro from Last. It looks like he might actually just take the game right here. 2 more High Templar coming out. Do they have Storm? Looks like they do have Storm, but not the best Storms, and the Marauders able to tank some of that damage, but those Bioforces are so incredibly low on health. And actually, no! It looks like another round of Warpins of Zealots is going to be able to hold this off. Last has run out of units. He's only got a handful of Bioforces left. He's going to stutter step as best he can. It's still not over yet, though. He's still got a lot of Marauders. Actually, it looks like with only Zealots there, it wasn't enough. He needed a High Templar there. Another great Storm, though, on the Bioforces. The Medevacs must be running short of energy, and look at how low on health all those Bioforces are. If the stream crashes right now, I'm going to cry Protoss tears, but looks like is he gonna hold? 2 more Archons coming out. He needs to go in. Everything is so low on health. More reinforcements coming in though. He needs to hold this so badly. This is so close right now because Last needs to kill with this move. He has no third base on the way. He is all in on 2 bases right now, but it looks like he will kill this command center, or will he? The Archons are coming out, but it's a little bit dangerous. There's still a lot of forces here. The Archons getting a little bit stuck behind, and it looks like Movie's just trying to save this Nexus. He doesn't want to give up the Nexus. I don't know if he should actually just give up the Nexus though, but no, he's getting another Archon coming in here. The Charge-Lots are moving in. Nice 30-step micro from Last though. The micro is too good. There's only 2 Stalkers in the back providing the range damage here. The Archons and Zealots just cannot connect with the Bioforce here. It might have been better to just target down the Medivacs or something. But he's pulling back once again, waiting for another round of Warpins. It's still very, very close. 18 Marauders against 12 Zealots and a couple of Archons. Looks like an Immortal now in the mix as well. That Immortal is going to be so crucial as well. That Immortal against this pure Marauder force essentially could just turn the tide right now. Going to pick off a couple more Zealots. Last, not letting up the pressure here. He knows he needs to keep up the pressure in these small engagements. That's when the Terran army is the most cost efficient against the Protoss. He needs to keep the numbers down, the unit numbers down for both players. And continue to do this nice micro. All those Marauders with their concussive shells, keeping the Zealots slowed and able to just keep picking off these free Zealots. But every time he moves in there, actually, he's been losing medevacs, though, crucially. Even though the Stutter Step micro is keeping his Marauders alive, the Stalkers at the back and the Archons just pick off the medevacs, though, as they get too close. So he's down to just 3 medevacs, and it's looking definitely like Movie has held this. He's up to 9 warp gates in total, it looks like, or 10 warp gates in total, it looks like. And with those couple of immortals there, that's going to stop all those that mass Marauder composition for sure. And looks like, oh man, Last is moving into the natural. He's got to be careful. At least there's no force fields here to get him stuck, but that is way too many Protoss forces. Even if he has the the best stutter set micro, I don't think it really matters. With all those Archons and Immortals and Charge Lots, this is like the perfect composition now to have against Mass Marauder. Zealot, Immortal, Archon. And Last is getting pushed back here. He's down to microing his last 7 Marauders, 8 Marauders, a couple of medevacs coming in from a random angle, but this is going to be a GG from Last, and Movie takes game number 5 and forces an ace match here. Team 8 takes the StarCraft 2 best of 3 2-0. We are going to the ace match, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a game of StarCraft 2. Who are the teams going to send up? We could see Jaedong come out for some StarCraft 2. We could see a Jaedong versus Trap rematch from last round. That would be very exciting, especially since they already played today in Brood War. See them play